French Morocco, 1940. Max Vatan jumps out of an airplane with a parachute and lands in the desert. He walks for a while and then meets a driver who gives him some things like bags, a ring for a wedding, a gun, and fake papers. The driver tells Max that the woman he's going to meet will be wearing a purple dress and he should find her by looking for a hummingbird. Max goes to a club in Casablanca and meets the woman he's supposed to, Marianne Beauséjour. When she sees him, she knows it's him right away and gives him a kiss. They pretend to be married to Marianne's friends before they go. While they're driving away, Marianne says that Max did a good job pretending, but she doesn't like his French accent from Paris. Max and Marianne have a job to do, which is to murder the ambassador, who is a Nazi. They pretend to be a married couple, and to make it look real, they live together and try to act like a real couple. Max and Marianne have a meeting with the SS officer, Hobart. Marianne does most of the talking and tries to make Hobart believe that Max is her assistant from France. Hobart wants Max to come to a party, but Max pretends he wants to play poker instead. Hobart challenges him to split a deck of cards, and if Max gets the lower card, he must go to the party. Max shuffles the deck very well and picks the card he needs, the one that makes him win the game. Max and Marianne keep getting ready for their mission, which involves practicing shooting and acting like a married couple. At first, Max doesn't want to have a romantic relationship with Marianne, even though she tries to show him she likes him. But eventually, they have sex in Max's car during a sandstorm. Max and Marianne go to a party where many important Nazis are present. When the ambassador comes down the stairs and starts talking to the guests, there is a big explosion outside. Max and Marianne quickly take guns from under a table and start shooting at the Germans. Max kills the ambassador, and then kills Hobart with a really good shot to the head. Marianne kills one German who tries to shoot her, and almost kills his wife too, but Max stops her. They keep shooting until they can escape by car. After finishing their mission, Max and Marianne are about to say goodbye, but Max asks Marianne to come with him to London where they can get married. Marianne agrees to go with him, and they get married there. There is a big attack on London by airplanes. Marianne is in the hospital and about to have a baby, but they have to evacuate her because bombs start falling. Max stays with her and helps her give birth to a baby girl named Anna in the courtyard of the hospital. 1 year later, Max and Marianne have become a family and are very happy together. However, Max is called in to meet with his commanding officer, Frank Heslop, and an official from the SOE. They tell Max that they suspect Marianne of being a spy for the Germans. Max finds out that his wife is actually a German spy who took the identity of a woman named Marianne Beauséjour who was killed. He also learns that the ambassador was against Hitler, and that's why he was killed. The officer tells Max that he must test Marianne's loyalty by using a blue dye operation, or else they will both be killed. Max is angry that they don't trust his wife, but he agrees to cooperate for the time being until he decides to investigate the truth himself. Max wants to throw a party for Frank and other officers to prove that his wife Marianne is not a German spy. He visits his sister Bridget's house to invite her and her girlfriend Louise to the party. Max goes to see Marianne's friend, Guy Sangster, who is now in a hospital. Guy is badly injured, and his face is disfigured. Max wants to show Guy a picture of Marianne on their wedding day so he can identify her. However, Guy's eyesight is very poor because he was shot in the face, and he can only see a white figure. Guy is angry at Max for his injuries but mentions Paul Delamare, who also knew Marianne. Frank orders a pilot to locate Paul in France and verify Marianne's identity, but the pilot is killed by Germans while waiting for the answer. Max and Marianne host a party at their home with many guests. Some guests start getting intimate in different parts of the house. While the party is going on, there is an air raid, and a German plane is shot down. The plane is about to crash into their apartment, and Max runs upstairs to get Anna, but Marianne already has her. He protects them, and the plane narrowly misses and crashes in a field behind their house. Max goes to France and wants to find Paul Delamare. People fighting against the enemy tell Max that Paul is in prison. Max and his friends secretly go to the police station to see Paul, who used to work with Marianne. The soldiers point their guns at the police officer and take his keys. They go inside the room where Paul is kept. Paul is very drunk and vomits when Max wakes him up. Paul tries to reach for his bottle, but Max takes it away until Paul answers his questions. Max shows Paul a picture of Marianne and asks if he recognizes her. Paul's answers make it seem like he knows her until he mentions that when he saw her, she played the French national anthem on the piano in front of the Germans like she was really good at it. Max is shocked. The police officer tells the German soldiers who are looking for illegal cigarettes that the resistance is there. Max and his friends shoot the Germans, and Max throws a grenade at their vehicle. Then, he kills the wounded Germans to end their suffering. Max goes back to England and insists that Marianne comes with him. He takes her to a bar and asks her to play the piano and the French national anthem, Marseillaise, that Paul talked about. Marianne hesitates and then stops playing, revealing that she knows about the story. She starts crying because she didn't expect the Germans to find her in England, but they did. They threatened to hurt Anna if Marianne didn't agree to spy for them. Marianne confesses that she sent the message last night, and that she was forced to spy for the Germans. Max gets really angry, but he still wants to know if Marianne truly loves him. Marianne says she does love him and their life together. Max decides to rescue Marianne and Anna by taking them away. He kills the nanny and a jeweler who were controlling Marianne. They head to an airfield, where Max tries to start a plane. But then, Frank and some soldiers show up. Frank confronts Max and prepares to arrest him for committing treason. Marianne carefully places Anna in the back seat and takes a gun from the car's glove compartment. She gets out of the car and tells Max that she loves him and to take care of Anna. Then, she turns around and shoots herself in the head. Max removes his jacket and covers Marianne's body. Frank orders the other soldiers to say that Max killed Marianne by himself. At the end of the story, Marianne writes a letter for Anna to read when she grows up. In the letter, she expresses her love for Anna, Max, and the year they spent together in London. The last thing we see is an older Max and teenage Anna walking through a field on their ranch while Marianne's voice is still speaking.